There are growing fears about the impact of AI, artificial intelligence, on the music industry. The UK Parliamentary Committee is calling on the government to stop AI firms damaging the business, citing examples of musicians not being credited for their work and the deepfaking of artists such as Lipa and Taylor Swift. Let's speak to Vincent Moss, Communications Director at UK Music, an organisation that seeks to represent the UK's commercial music industry. Thanks very much for coming on the programme.
Hello.
So what are the issues here? What are the concerns?
Well, essentially, music is all about human connection, and AI is great. I mean, medical fields and also music as an assistive tool. But I think what the real problem is AI is often ripping off the work of the artists that we love without credit, without consent, and presenting it as new. You get a lot of AI machines that basically suck in existing works, if you like, often without people's consent, and create new works, and often don't tell music lovers it's generated by AI.
And what if the content and the quality is indistinguishable or great? You could argue, well, what's the problem with AI?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, often the music and the quality, certainly at the moment, isn't great. But I think the problem is it's about a connection with an artist, whoever you love, whether you're a Taylor Swift fan, Dua Lipa, Ed Sheeran. It's about an emotional connection with that artist, that creator, that song, and the story behind it. Now, if that's being created by a robot, it's a very different story. It's like anything else in life. You want to know what you're buying, what you're consuming, and what you're seeing. So music needs to be clearly labelled where AI is involved, so music lovers know that. And what we need is legislation and rules so people don't effectively eat people's lunch by claiming something's their own or something is a new Dua Lipa song or sounds like Dua Lipa when it's not. That's not fair on the creator, it's not fair on the artist, it's not fair on the consumer.
And how, in practical terms, do you go about trying to solve this then?
Well, I think really it's a global problem. Legislators in the UK and elsewhere have got to look at this as an issue, come together. It's not just in the field of music. I mean, you see even with BBC people, BBC presenters are often used falsely and without their consent to endorse products, insect repellent and things like that. We need legislators to obviously grasp the good things about AI, but introduce some guardrails so that people who work hard, need to make a living out of music and other fields are properly protected. So it's a question of the legislators looking at this, perhaps coming up with a UK AI Act. We could lead the way, we could lead the world in this. The Prime Minister and others are very keen to be at the forefront of AI, which is a great thing, but we have to have those guardrails in place to ensure that people aren't ripped off, consumers, music lovers and everyone else gets a fair deal.
Interesting. You mentioned some of the potential benefits of AI in the industry. What could they be?
Well, there are benefits like AI can be used to tackle piracy. It can be used to clean up songs. We saw recently where Paul McCartney used the benefits of AI to bring some John Lennon recordings into a sort of new and final Beatles song. So where it's done with consent and artists want to use it and artists give their consent for their work to be used, it's fine and it has huge advantages. Going back to the electric guitar and the synthesizer, music's always embraced new technology and it wants to work with and embrace AI. But also musicians have got a right to have their work protected, earn a decent living, and it's not a hugely well-waged industry, the creative industries, earn a good living. But to do that, they need their works protected and they need their images protected. I mean, you see now there are deep fakes of an awful lot of famous people, including artists and music creators, and we need some potential protection on personality rights. That's something that's being looked at in America, something that we should really look at here and give people protection so their images can't be used falsely without their consent and to hoodwink people out there who want to buy genuine products.
Okay, fascinating. Vincent Moss, thank you very much for coming on the programme. Thank you.